Hello. In this vlog I'm going to be quickly running through a project that I did for O2 recently to celebrate their 15th anniversary. And I just want to kind of show you behind the scenes really of what went into it, what was given to me, and the final outcome really. So we'll start with that right now. This is the image that was this is the final image, should I say, that we produced for them. In the end it was used for their internal use, and it was also used for their social media and marketing side of things as well. So that's really nice project to work on, really good people to work with as well, to be fair. And so the concept is that we've taken all their big things over the past 15 years. We've got the fun that they released here, we've got houses from the adverts, we've got the cat from the Be More dog advert, associations with the England rugby squad there again, and the duck from a couple of adverts. So it's all made up of various parts of O2's past. Now this project, we only had a week to complete it in. So the project started out like this. The guys from O2 contacted me and they sent together a really quick brief. They were up against deadline as well, so they kind of sent me what they could as well in the time that they had. So this is the first concept sketch which they sent. And you can see this is the number 1, this is the number 5. It shows where they think things should be, how they want the structure to be, what items they want in there. I'll just go back to number 1. Now they sent lots of reference images, and there's plenty to find on the internet as well, so we could piece things together as best we could. Things like the duck, for instance, was quite difficult because we had to 3D model the duck off just found images really. There was no front image, no side image or anything like that. But again, it's all about time. It did take a little bit longer than what I thought it would, but on other things I did things a little bit quicker, so it didn't really matter too much. See, for the house for instance, really good shot, straight on, we can 3D model straight off that. And so after we've taken all that reference images, taken their sketches, we create a real basic 3D model. So it's basic shapes. The duck, for instance, is just basically 2 spheres squashed and a mouth. 4G logo is 4G, box for the speaker, oval shape for the rugby ball, house very quickly blocked in, and you can see kind of where it's going, the concept stage of this, at this point. And the idea of this is that this would only take me about a day to produce something like this. So they've sent me this, I get it back to them within the day, and then they can start commenting on things like positions, proportions, camera angles, shapes, and even at this stage the lighting. I mean, I went for very soft lighting on this rather than something too over-dramatic and too showy really. And so this was the next draft after that. So you might really realise the changes that have been made, but there are quite a few changes. If we go back to the previous one, this changed down here, this changed here, the whole of the number 1 moved in slightly, and there's other various changes. So if we go to that next stage. And that's kind of how this initial stage went for a few drafts, until they were happy with the proportions and where everything should be. Then we can add colour and some of the details into it, and this is the stage where the image does start to come to life. And you can really tell that there's been a lot happening. This obviously looks more realistic. There's some nice glows going on here. Things that still don't look exactly 100% right. The duck to me looks still very green, and there's a lot of detail missing off this. The cat tail is maybe a bit too small there. This probably doesn't look like the reference image how it should. But again, it's another opportunity to get feedback from. And so we kind of took it back a step there as well, because everything was becoming a bit too glowy, a bit too just a bit too over processed really. So with the various things changed again. That face that was there has now changed to a little smiley face. The butterfly has now changed to be a Bank of England, I think it's like a £5 note. And so there are a lot of small changes going on at every stage. And then this is the final image. you can see that the cat has now moved. The cat's tail was down in its bottom corner, but now they've wanted to show the whole cat, so the cat's been put here and blended in nicely into the image. The O2 has now been put above this refresh logo here. And it's just all about just kind of finishing off really, adding final detail to things, adding all the detail into this 4G here. The duck now as well is a lot more yellow rather than being green. And just a lot of small little tweaks made at the last second, but that's kind of the process that it was really. It wasn't a process that could be easily mapped out. It was very much do it, send it back, see what they say, and then just keep making tweaks. Now I'll show you the 3D files as well. If we go back to the very first 3D model that was created, this is it. It is very basic, but it gets the proportions, as I was saying before. You know, the phone is just a very simple cut out of the shape with a little insect in there. These have got no detail on at all. The SIM card is very basic. The house is very basic. But it kind of served its purpose at the time. And doing it at this stage as well is I haven't wasted a lot of time in adding. Say the phone had been properly 3D modelled, details added to it, and then the client might say, I don't want to show that phone anymore. I want to show something different. Well, that's fine, because I've only spent maybe 5 minutes creating that phone, rather than spending 2 hours creating a realistic looking phone. So again, it's all about the processes there to try and keep things smooth and as going as fast as possible really. And this is the finished 3D model. So this is the scene that the image was created from. So these yellow things are the lights. We've got the camera position over here. And in an infinity screen like you would do in real photography really. But with the 3D model, it looks fine from this angle, but as soon as you start coming around to these other sides, you do lose a lot of the detail. Like if you look behind here, it's like looking behind backstage at a stage, I would imagine. You know, but there's nothing here to show. If you were to render an image this way around, it would be unrecognisable. But that's the purpose of the shot. If we wanted to animate this going round the back of here, we would have to add all the extra detail in here to make it look realistic. The back of the house, for instance, the back of the phone, you know, extra detail around here and stuff. But that's purely what the 3D model's for. It's for this shot here to look this way, and everything that we see is modelled. So that's the 3D modelling side of things, and Photoshop does play quite a big part in the work that we do, because this is how it comes out of the 3D package essentially. It is quite flat looking, there's no glows, there's nothing to really make it ping and stand out, as you would say. So we have various layers here to kind of make the image come to pass. And I'll just turn these on so you can see there we're tweaking the background, add in the cat, because the cat wasn't created in 3D, the cat was put in afterwards after the client sent us an image of the cat to drop in. The bolt is now tweaked, just add a bit more texture to it. The house glass is just made a bit more blue so it fits in a bit better. So the brick colour, just some added detail in on the brick. Which again was easy, it was quicker and easier to do in Photoshop rather than do it in 3D. Which is, you know, it's just one of them trade-offs really. You kind of decide what you want to do and what you don't want to do in 3D and 2D. Again, just increasing the brightness of the sunflower to make it stand out a bit more. Some more colour grading. So that there has made a big difference. If I turn off them 3 layers, it's gone from looking quite flat to quite bright and quite interesting. And again, just more tweaks, just brighten up the O2 arena slightly. More tweaks, that's actually to do with the little orange uprights. You can't really tell too much, but it was a comment, we made it. Again, just make the butterfly a little bit more in sync. Add the priority glow on there. A little bit more of a glow. That was just to make that logo more like the reference image. Because when we did 3D, the blue effect didn't come out quite how we wanted it to, so turn on the blue, makes it look a hell of a lot more interesting. And again, just some final glows on the top, and to finish it off, just some nice lens flares on that T. And that is the O215 project in a nutshell, really. If anyone has any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment below or just email me, get in touch. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. And that's it. Cheers. Bye.